Assalamualaikum everyone. It is nice to see you again in this discussion. We will continue our materials last week.
Walaikum salam. Yes, ma'am. We are ready to discuss the materials. If I am not mistaken, we will discuss about the topics, titles, the purposes, the length, and the sites of presentations.
Yes, you are right. We'll talk about those things. What is a presentation topic, Florence?
Would you explain it based on a book entitled Technical Presentation Workbook, Winning Strategies for Effective Public Speaking by Richard L. Sullivan and Jerry L. Wiercinski, 2010, ma'am?
Sure, Florence. So you are about to make a presentation. Think of your presentation as the delivery or transfer of information or skills from you to those individuals in the audience. Millions of presentations, varying in length from a few minutes for an informal briefing to longer, more formal presentations, are given in business industry and university classrooms each day. You can plan a technical presentation focusing on any number of areas. You might be presenting results of a research project, information about a new product, details regarding some new technology, a report on the status of a project, implications of a design problem, budget reports, information about a new manufacturing process, demonstration showing how to operate new pieces of test equipment. The first step in planning your presentation is to identify or clarify your topic. What is the focus of your presentation? What is it that you want to share? What do those who will be attending want or need to know? Having a clear picture of your topic is critical to the success of your presentation. You must also consider why you are making this presentation. We will talk more about the purposes of your presentation later. Right now, let us consider your presentation topic. The focus of your presentation most likely will be on topics that are primarily based on knowledge, skills, or attitudes. The majority of your technical presentations will be knowledge-based. That is, they focus on information participants need to know to better do their jobs. Skill-based presentation topics focus on how to perform specific skills or procedures. Participants will observe your how-to demonstrations so they can develop the ability to perform the same skills or procedures. Skill-based topics typically involve equipment, tools, and machines. Here are some examples. Conduct a pressure vessel test, install computer software. Attitude-based topics deal with attitudes and feelings and are found in presentations focusing on areas such as communications, diversity, values, stress management, and team building. Consider these examples: safety management, leadership functions, empowerment, developing effective work teams, conflict resolution, listening, and feedback skills.
I get it, ma'am. Thank you for your explanation.
What are the guidelines for choosing a presentation title, ma'am?
Here are some guidelines for creating a title for your presentation. Be honest. Some presentation titles are misleading, so people show up expecting one topic only to find something completely different. Be creative. Using appropriate creativity and humor to create your title communicates a positive image about your presentation before anyone walks through the door. For example, say you are planning a presentation on problems with fatigue and fracture calculation. The first title you develop is Fracture Mechanics. After additional thought, you change the title to Cracked Up by Fracture Mechanics. Your second title may attract more interest than the first one. The one caution, however, if you use excessive humor, you may give the appearance of not taking your presentation seriously. Think about your intended audience. What is it they need to know? What about your topic is of the most interest to them? Be sure this comes through in your title. Focus on the benefits of your presentation. Many times in business and industry, the decision to attend a presentation is made in part by an individual supervisor. The question that usually arises is, how will attending this presentation benefit our department? Therefore, the title of the presentation should provide an idea of the potential benefits of attending. Use the KISS approach. In other words, keep it short and simple. Let us come to purposes of a presentation. Early in the planning process, you must determine the purpose of your presentation. In fact, the purpose of your presentation must be considered at the same time you are selecting your topic and creating your title. You will be making your presentation for one or more of 7 basic reasons. Your purpose may be to inform, to discuss, to persuade, to solve problems, to inspire, to instruct or train, and to entertain. The first purpose of a presentation is to inform. This is the primary purpose of presentations delivered during a course. Your purpose is to share information with those attending your presentation. Numerous examples of informational presentations are given throughout this discussion. The purpose of your presentation may be to discuss a specific issue, trend, or topic. When the purpose of a presentation is to inform, the primary goal is to impart knowledge, share facts, or provide an understanding of a particular subject. Here is an elaboration on this purpose. 1. Conveying information. The central aim is to deliver clear and accurate information to the audience. This could include data, statistics, research findings, or any details relevant to the topic at hand. 2. Educating the audience. The presenter seeks to enhance the audience's knowledge and awareness about a specific subject. This might involve explaining concepts, defining terms, or offering insights that contribute to the audience's overall understanding. 3. Presenting key facts. The focus is on presenting essential facts and key points related to the topic. This helps the audience grasp the fundamental aspects and gain a comprehensive overview. 4. Clarifying complex ideas. In cases where the subject matter is intricate or technical, the presentation aims to break down complex ideas into simpler, more digestible components. This facilitates better comprehension among the audience. 5. Keeping the audience informed. Whether it is updates on a project, industry, trends, or important news, the presentation keeps the audience informed about relevant developments. This is particularly crucial in professional settings, such as business meetings or academic presentations. 6. Enhancing understanding with visuals. Visual aids such as charts, graphs, diagrams, and images are often employed to supplement verbal information. These visuals can help in illustrating concepts, trends, or processes, making the information more accessible and engaging. 7. Providing context and background. The presenter may offer historical context or background information to give the audience a complete understanding of the topic. This can be essential for establishing the relevance and significance of the information being presented. 8. Answering questions and addressing concerns. A presentation focused on informing typically allows time for questions and answers. This interactive element ensures that the audience has the opportunity to seek clarification or further information on aspects that might not be immediately clear. 9. Tailoring to the audience's level of understanding. A skilled presenter considers the audience's existing knowledge and tailors the information accordingly. This involves avoiding unnecessary jargon or adjusting the depth of detail based on the audience's familiarity with the subject. 10. Promoting retention. Strategies such as repetition, summarization, and providing supporting materials contribute to the audience's retention of the information. The presenter aims to ensure that the key points are not only understood but also remembered after the presentation concludes. In essence, an informative presentation is a platform for sharing knowledge, fostering understanding, and equipping the audience with the information they need to make informed decisions or deepen their knowledge on a particular topic. The second purpose of a presentation is to discuss. When the purpose of a presentation is to discuss, the focus is on facilitating an open exchange of ideas, opinions, and information between the presenter and the audience. Unlike presentations with a strictly informative or persuasive intent, discussions are characterized by a more collaborative and interactive approach. Here is an elaboration on this purpose. 1. Encouraging dialogue. The primary goal of a discussion-oriented presentation is to encourage two-way communication. The presenter initiates topics and encourages the audience to actively participate, express their thoughts, and engage in a dialogue. 2. Exploring different perspectives. Discussions provide a platform for exploring diverse perspectives on a particular topic. The presenter may present multiple viewpoints or encourage audience members to share their experiences and opinions, fostering a rich exchange of ideas. 4. Creating a collaborative atmosphere. The presenter sets the tone for a collaborative and inclusive atmosphere. This involves creating an environment where participants feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and opinions without fear of judgment. 4. Facilitating group participation. Unlike traditional presentations where the speakers dominate the conversation, a discussion-oriented presentation involves actively involving the audience. This can include group discussions, Q&A sessions, or interactive activities that promote engagement. 5. Addressing questions and concerns. Discussions provide an opportunity to address questions and concerns in real time. The presenter should be prepared to respond to inquiries, clarify points, and engage in a dynamic conversation with the audience. 6. Sharing experiences and examples. Presenters in discussion-oriented settings often share personal experiences, case studies, or examples to illustrate points and stimulate conversation. This helps to make the discussion more relatable and applicable to the audience. 7. Promoting critical thinking. Discussions encourage participants to think critically about the presented topics. This involves analyzing information, evaluating different viewpoints, and forming well-reasoned opinions through active engagement with the material. 8. Managing divergent opinions. Given the open nature of discussions, participants may hold differing options. The presenter must skillfully manage these differences, fostering a respectful and constructive environment where diverse viewpoints can be shared and discussed. 9. Setting clear discussion objectives. Before the presentation, the presenter should establish clear objectives for the discussion. Whether it is problem solving, brainstorming, or exploring specific themes, having defined goals helps guide the conversation and ensure a purposeful discussion. 10. Summarizing key points. Throughout the discussion, the presenter may periodically summarize key points and insights. This helps in maintaining focus, ensuring that the conversation remains cohesive, and providing a reference point for participants. In essence, a discussion-oriented presentation aims to promote an interactive exchange of ideas, foster collaboration, and create a dynamic learning environment where both the presenter and the audience contribute to the exploration and understanding of the presented topics. The third purpose of a presentation is to persuade. Persuading colleagues to see a different point of view or to accept some organizational change is another purpose of a presentation. You will often get together to work on solving a problem. When the purpose of a presentation is to persuade, the primary goal is to influence the audience's attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors toward a specific idea, product, service, or course of action. Here is an elaboration on this purpose. 1. Establishing a persuasive message. The core focus is on crafting a compelling and persuasive message that resonates with the audience. This message often includes key points, arguments, or benefits that are designed to sway the audience in favor of the presenter's position. 2. Understanding the audience's perspective. A persuasive presentation begins by acknowledging the audience's existing beliefs, concerns, or attitudes. By understanding the audience's perspective, the presenter can tailor their message to address potential objections and build a more convincing case. 3. Using emotional appeals. Appeals to emotions play a significant role in persuasive presentations. Presenters often incorporate stories, anecdotes, or visuals that evoke specific emotions to create a connection with the audience and enhance the persuasive impact. 4. Presenting credible evidence. To bolster the persuasive message, presenters provide credible evidence such as statistics, testimonials, case studies, or expert endorsements. This evidence aims to build trust and convince the audience of the validity and effectiveness of the presented ideas. 5. Highlighting benefits and value propositions. Persuasive presentations emphasize the benefits and value propositions associated with the proposed idea, product, or course of action. The goal is to demonstrate how adopting the presenter's perspective will result in positive outcomes for the audience. 6. Addressing counter-arguments. Effective persuasion involves anticipating and addressing potential counter-arguments or objections that the audience may have. By acknowledging and providing convincing responses to these concerns, the presenter strengthens their overall persuasive strategy. 7. Utilizing persuasive language and rhetoric. The choice of words, tone, and rhetoric in a persuasive presentation is carefully considered to maximize impact. Presenters often use language that is positive, motivational, and resonates with the values and aspirations of the audience. 8. Creating a call to action. A persuasive presentation typically concludes with a clear and compelling call to action. This could be a specific behavior, decision, or commitment that the presenter wants the audience to take as a result of the presentation. 9. Engaging the audience. Interactivity and audience engagement are essential elements in persuasive presentations. This can involve asking thought-provoking questions, encouraging discussions, or incorporating interactive elements that stimulate active participation. 10. Building trust and credibility. Establishing the presenter's credibility is crucial in persuasion. Presenters often share relevant expertise, experience, or credentials to build trust and enhance the audience's confidence in the presented ideas. In summary, a persuasive presentation is a strategic communication effort aimed at influencing the audience's beliefs or actions. It involves a combination of effective messaging, emotional appeals, credible evidence, and interactive elements to create a compelling case for the presenter's perspective. Larry, can you summarize the third purpose of a presentation?
Yes, ma'am. In summary, a persuasive presentation is a strategic communication effort aimed at influencing the audience's beliefs or actions. It involves a combination of effective messaging, emotional appeals, credible evidence, and interactive elements to create a compelling case for the presenter's perspective.
Good, Larry. The fourth purpose of a presentation is to solve problems. When the purpose of a presentation is to solve problems, the presenter aims to address specific challenges, issues, or obstacles by presenting solutions and engaging the audience in problem-solving processes. Here is an elaboration on this purpose. 1. Identifying and defining the problem. The presentation begins by clearly identifying and defining the problem at hand. This involves providing context, background information, and a detailed understanding of the challenges to ensure that the audience grasps the nature of the problem. 2. Analyzing the root causes. Before presenting solutions, the presenter often conducts a thorough analysis of the root causes contributing to the problem. This helps in developing targeted and effective solutions that address the underlying issues rather than just the symptoms. 3. Sharing relevant data and information. Presenters in problem-solving presentations utilize data, statistics, and relevant information to support their analysis of the problem. This data-driven approach helps in building a comprehensive understanding of the situation. 4. Presenting multiple solutions. Rather than proposing a single solution, the presenter may explore and present multiple alternatives. This allows for a more comprehensive discussion, considering various perspectives and ensuring that the most suitable solution is identified. 5. Evaluating pros and cons. Each proposed solution is evaluated in terms of its advantages and disadvantages. Presenters may use frameworks, cost-benefit analysis, or other methods to objectively assess the feasibility and potential impact of each solution. 6. Encouraging audience participation. Problem-solving presentations often involve engaging the audience in the process. This can include brainstorming sessions, group discussions, or interactive activities that encourage participants to contribute their insights and ideas for solving the problem. 7. Facilitating collaborative problem solving. The presenter fosters a collaborative atmosphere where audience members can share their perspectives and work together to develop solutions. This collaborative approach taps into the collective intelligence of the group, often leading to more effective problem solving. 8. Considering practical implementation. Solutions presented should not only be theoretically sound, but also practical and feasible for implementation. The presenter discusses the practical aspects of applying the proposed solutions, including any potential challenges and strategies for overcoming them. 9. Addressing potential objections. Anticipating potential objections or concerns from the audience, the presenter addresses these issues proactively. This ensures that the proposed solutions are well received and that any reservations are acknowledged and resolved. 10. Creating an action plan. The presentation concludes with the development of an action plan. This plan outlines the steps to be taken to implement the chosen solution, including responsibilities, timelines, and milestones. It provides a roadmap for moving forward in solving the identified problem. Florence, would you summarize my explanation about the fourth purpose of a presentation?
All right, ma'am. In summary, a problem-solving presentation is focused on not just highlighting issues, but actively engaging the audience in the process of finding and implementing solutions. It combines thorough analysis, audience participation, and practical considerations to address challenges effectively. What is the fifth purpose of a presentation, ma'am?
The fifth purpose of a presentation is to inspire. Some presentations are meant to inspire those in attendance. We have all listened to motivational speakers whose primary purpose was to get us excited or enthused. When the purpose of a presentation is to inspire, the primary goal is to motivate and uplift the audience, fostering a positive and energized emotional response. An inspirational presentation seeks to evoke a sense of purpose, enthusiasm, and belief in possibilities. Here is an elaboration on this purpose. 1. Setting a positive tone. Inspirational presentations often begin by setting a positive and uplifting tone. The presenter may use engaging stories, quotes, or anecdotes to immediately capture the audience's attention and create a favorable atmosphere. 2. Connecting emotionally. Emotional connection is crucial in inspirational presentations. Presenters share personal stories, experiences, or examples that resonate with the audience on an emotional level, creating a connection that goes beyond facts and figures. 3. Communicating a compelling vision. Inspirational presentations articulate a compelling vision or idea that captivates the audience. This vision serves as a source of inspiration, encouraging individuals to see a brighter future or to strive for personal and collective growth. 4. Highlighting achievements and success stories. Success stories, whether personal or related to the presentation topic, are showcased to demonstrate that positive outcomes are achievable. By highlighting achievements, the presenter instills confidence and belief in the audience's potential for success. 5. Encouraging aspirations and goals. Inspirational presentations encourage the audience to aspire to greater heights and set ambitious goals. The presenter motivates individuals to pursue their dreams, overcome challenges, and embrace a mindset of continuous improvement. 6. Providing role models. Introducing real or symbolic role models who have overcome adversity or achieved remarkable success can inspire the audience. These examples serve as proof that challenges can be overcome and that aspirations can be turned into reality. 7. Fostering a sense of purpose. Inspirational presentations often emphasize the importance of a sense of purpose. The presenter helps the audience connect with their deeper motivations, encouraging them to find meaning and significance in their actions and endeavors. 8. Promoting resilience and perseverance. Inspirational presentations acknowledge the inevitability of challenges and setbacks, but focus on the importance of resilience and perseverance. The presenter motivates the audience to view obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning. 9. Using positive language and affirmations. Language plays a crucial role in inspirational presentations. Positive affirmations, optimistic language, and empowering statements are used to uplift the audience and reinforce a positive mindset. 10. Encouraging unity and collaboration. Inspirational presentations often emphasize the power of unity and collaboration. The presenter encourages the audience to work together, support one another, and collectively contribute to a shared vision or goal. 11. Leaving a lasting impression. The presentation concludes with a lasting impression that lingers in the minds of the audience, whether through a powerful closing statement, a memorable quote, or a call to action. The presenter aims to leave the audience inspired and motivated beyond the presentation.
Please allow me to summarize the fifth purpose of a presentation, ma'am.
Sure, Larry. Please summarize it.
In summary, an inspirational presentation is a powerful tool for igniting enthusiasm, instilling hope, and motivating individuals to take positive action. It goes beyond information or persuasion, aiming to touch the audience's hearts and inspire them to embrace positive change and strive for greatness.
It is a very good summary, Larry.
Thank you, ma'am. I just tried to repeat the key ideas of your explanation before.
The sixth purpose of a presentation is to instruct or to train. When the purpose of a presentation is to instruct or train, the primary goal is to impart knowledge, teach skills, or facilitate learning among the audience. This type of presentation is geared toward providing information in a structured and educational manner. Here is an elaboration on this purpose. 1. Clearly defining learning objectives. Instructional presentations begin with clearly defined learning objectives. These objectives outline what the audience is expected to learn or achieve by the end of the presentation, providing a roadmap for the instructional content. 2. Structured content delivery. The presenter organizes the content in a logical and structured manner, typically following a sequence that facilitates understanding. This might include introducing foundational concepts before progressing for more complex topics. 3. Utilizing visual aids and multimedia. Visual aids, multimedia elements, and instructional materials are often used to enhance the learning experience. This can include slides, charts, diagrams, videos, or interactive simulations that complement the spoken content and cater to various learning styles. 4. Demonstrating procedures and techniques. Instructional presentations frequently involve demonstrating specific procedures, techniques, or processes. This could be through live demonstrations, video tutorials, or step-by-step guides to ensure that the audience comprehends the practical aspects of the instruction. 5. Providing examples and case studies. Examples and case studies are integrated into the presentation to illustrate theoretical concepts and provide real-world applications. These examples help participants connect abstract ideas with practical scenarios. 6. Facilitating hands-on learning. In some cases, instructional presentations include hands-on learning opportunities. Participants may engage in practical exercises, workshops, or simulations that allow them to apply the knowledge or skills being taught. 7. Encouraging questions and clarifications. The presenter actively encourages audience engagement by inviting questions and clarifications throughout the presentation. This ensures that participants have a clear understanding of the material and can seek clarification on any points of confusion. 8. Providing feedback and assessment. Assessments and feedback mechanisms may be incorporated into instructional presentations. This could include quizzes, assessments, or opportunities for participants to receive feedback on their performance, promoting active learning and reinforcing key concepts. 9. Adapting to different learning styles. Effective instructional presentations consider the diverse learning styles of the audience. The presenter may incorporate visual, auditory, and kinesthetic elements to accommodate different preferences and enhance overall understanding. 10. Establishing a learning environment. The presenter creates a conducive learning environment by fostering a positive and open atmosphere. This involves setting expectations, encouraging participation, and creating a space where participants feel comfortable asking questions and sharing their thoughts. 11. Reinforcing key takeaways. The presentation concludes with a summary of key takeaways, emphasizing the most important concepts or skills covered. These reinforcements help participants retain the information and reinforces the overarching learning objectives. Please summarize the sixth purpose of a presentation. Florence, please.
In summary, instructional presentations are designed to effectively transfer knowledge and skills to the audience. Through clear objectives, structured content delivery, interactive elements, and various instructional strategies, these presentations aim to create a valuable learning experience for participants.
The seventh purpose of a presentation is to entertain. Granted, most of your presentations should be somewhat entertaining. However, in some instances, the entire purpose of a presentation is to entertain. This type of presentation usually occurs outside of typical business or education activities. For example, you are a member of the English Teacher Association and attend a monthly meeting. A program speaker is selected for each meeting, with the topic and purpose of each presentation being different. A topic designed to entertain members would be humor in the workplace. When the purpose of a presentation is to entertain, the primary goal is to engage and captivate the audience by providing enjoyment and amusement. An entertaining presentation goes beyond conveying information or delivering a specific message. It seeks to create a memorable and enjoyable experience. Here is an elaboration on this purpose. 1. Engaging storytelling. Entertaining presentations often incorporate engaging storytelling techniques. The presenter uses narrative structures, anecdotes, or personal stories to capture the audience's attention and maintain their interest throughout the presentation. 2. Humor and wit. Humor is a key element in entertaining presentations. Whether through jokes, witty remarks, or amusing anecdotes, the presenter aims to make the audience laugh and create a light-hearted atmosphere. 3. Interactive elements. Entertaining presentations frequently include interactive elements that involve the audience. This can range from quizzes and polls to participatory activities, creating a dynamic and engaging experience for attendees. 4. Use of visuals and multimedia. Visual aids, multimedia elements, and creative visuals are employed to enhance the entertainment value. These may include humorous graphics, entertaining videos, or visually engaging slides that contribute to the overall entertainment factor. 5. Dynamic delivery style. The presenter adopts a dynamic and charismatic delivery style. This involves using varied tones, gestures, and facial expressions to keep the audience engaged and entertained. A lively and animated presentation style adds to the overall entertainment value. 6. Surprising and novel elements. Entertaining presentations often incorporate surprises or novel elements to keep the audience guessing and interested. Unexpected twists, creative transitions, or unique presentation formats contribute to the element of surprise. 7. Incorporating music or sound effects. Music and sound effects can be used to enhance the overall mood and entertainment value of the presentation. This might involve incorporating background music, sound effects for comedic effects, or using music to transition between different segments. 8. Thematic approach. Presentations designed for entertainment may adopt a thematic approach. This involves organizing the content around a central theme or concept that adds coherence and creativity to the overall presentation. 9. Creating a relaxed atmosphere. The presenter aims to create a relaxed and enjoyable atmosphere. This involves connecting with the audience on a personal level, fostering a sense of camaraderie, and making participants feel at ease during the presentation. 10. Showcasing talents or special skills. In some cases, presenters may showcase their talents or special skills to entertain the audience. This could include musical performances, magic tricks, or any other entertaining elements that align with the overall theme of the presentation. 11. Customizing content for audience preferences. An entertaining presentation considers the preferences and interests of the audience. By customizing the content to resonate with the audience's tastes, the presenter can increase the likelihood of capturing their attention and leaving a lasting impression.
Let me try to summarize the 7th purpose of a presentation, ma'am.
Yes, Larry, please summarize it.
Critical to the success of your presentation is having a clear vision of your purpose. Consider these points regarding the purpose of your presentation. Many times your presentation will have more than one purpose. The beginning of a presentation may be designed to inform. The focus may then shift to a discussion. Following the discussion, your purpose may be to persuade those in attendance to support one position or another.
The purpose of your presentation must be consistent with your topic and the expectations of your participants. Individuals attending a presentation entitled Computer-Aided Design may be expecting to learn how to use a computer software package. Participants may be disappointed if the presenter's purpose is to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of a specific package being considered for use within the organization. The title of your presentation needs to reflect the purpose of your presentation. As you consider the purpose or purposes of your presentation, you may find that you need to modify or change your presentation title, determining that the purpose of the computer-aided design presentation mentioned is to discuss the merits of a new package may be caused to change the title. Who is in the attendance? Have you ever attended a presentation and felt that the presenter knew little or nothing about the audience? When this occurs, it is as if a barrier has suddenly been erected between the speaker and the participants. Knowing as much as possible about your audience in advance will help ensure the success of your presentation. Depending on the topic and purpose of your presentation, you may find yourself speaking to a variety of audiences, teachers, lecturers, engineering technicians, managers and supervisors, senior management personnel, customers, representatives of government agencies, students, members of the community.
What are the preferred times for scheduling a presentation, ma'am?
Would you want to attend a project briefing at 4:30 p.m. on a Friday? What about 8 a.m. on Monday morning following a 3-day weekend? Maybe Wednesday morning from 10 until 11 a.m. might work out better. Obviously, some time periods are more appropriate for presentations than others. There are several factors concerning scheduling presentations that you or the person arranging for your presentation will want to consider. Most work-related technical presentations occur during the week, unless you are involved in a weekend meeting or conference. Try scheduling your presentation during the middle of the week to avoid the usually hectic Mondays and Fridays. Once scheduled, be sure to verify your presentation time to ensure that you are not late. The most popular times of day for meetings are mid to late morning and mid-afternoon. Avoid starting too early in the day, as many of your colleagues will want to check their email, return phone calls, and grab a cup of coffee before heading off to attend your presentation. Immediately after lunch is usually a poor time to ask busy people to suddenly stop, sit down, and concentrate on a presentation. Unless you are highly energetic and able to involve your audience, they may have difficulty focusing on your presentation. Late afternoon sessions are not popular as your colleagues are trying to wrap up their day and some individuals may need to slip out of your session early.
How long should a presentation be, ma'am?
How much time you need to allow your presentation depends on your topic, purpose, presentation methods or strategies, and whether you are the only presenter or must fit your session into a larger meeting or program. A good rule of thumb is to allow 125% to 150% times your best estimate of the length of your presentation. Consider these important points regarding the length of your presentation. Let participants know upfront the length of your presentation. Busy people worry if they are not given the approximate ending time. Whenever possible, inform potential participants well in advance about your topic, title, and the amount of time they can expect to spend attending your presentation. You may want to give them a detailed agenda with the invitation to attend the presentation or meeting. Start on time. Be prepared a few minutes before the starting time and reward those who are on time by starting promptly. Avoid running past the time provided for your presentation. Your participants may become anxious when you reach your announced ending time and show no evidence of wrapping up. When you find yourself running out of time, either delete some information or activities or, if feasible, schedule another presentation for a later date. Whenever possible, let your participants know that because of their interest and interaction, you will not be able to cover everything on the agenda and ask for their input. Would they like to skip some information, delete some planned activities, or schedule another presentation? Always allow extra time for questions, answers, brief discussions, and topics added by the participants. If you do not need the extra time, you can always stop a few minutes early, an often pleasant surprise for the participants. Consider allowing time for a break and topic-related activities for presentations requiring an hour or more. Also, for longer presentations, it becomes important to use a variety of presentation strategies.
Where are presentation sites, ma'am?
Most technical presentations you deliver will be within your own organization or at an educational institution where you will be familiar with the rooms and facilities. Some of your presentations however, may take place in other locations. Here are some examples of the types of places where you could find yourself delivering presentations: conference rooms, at your work site, in a hotel, at another facility, in another country, training classrooms, university classrooms, auditoriums.
How will we deliver a presentation, ma'am?
One of the biggest mistakes a presenter can make is trying to deliver a presentation without appropriate planning. Once you have finalized your topic, developed your presentation title, and thought about your audience and facilities, you are ready to select the methods or techniques you will use to deliver your presentation. Develop your presentation notes. Prepare your presentation media or audio visuals. Deliver your presentation. The presentation methods or strategies you select will depend a great deal on your topic, the size of your audience, facilities, and the amount of time you have available. In addition to making sure that your methods are appropriate, you will want to vary your techniques so that each of your presentations is fresh and different.
Do we need to analyze the audience of our presentation as we analyze the audience of our speech, ma'am?
Of course, Larry. Consider these questions when analyzing your audience. 1. What is the experience and educational background of the audience? If this information is not known, the focus and format of the presentation may be inappropriate. For example, the engineer called in to discuss changes in a chemical plant and petroleum refinery piping may be doomed to failure if he or she assumes the audience is fairly sophisticated in the subject, when in reality the audience has very limited knowledge of piping codes as they relate to design, materials, and fabrication in these types of facilities. If the presenter knew a little more about the background of the audience, he or she could include appropriate and relevant background information in the presentation. 2. What is the gender or cultural mix of the audience? Will you be addressing predominantly males, females, or both? Knowing this information about your audience will help you tailor your stories, examples, or experiences. Whatever the situation, it is always a good idea to avoid sex-biased language. For example, some presenters are apt to refer to all engineers as he, a bias that may alienate a portion of the audience. The cultural makeup of your audience is also an important consideration. It can affect examples, stories, or even the pace of your instruction. For example, the use of humor may not be very effective if members of your audience cannot relate to the story of the punchline. 3. What is the average age of your audience? More mature audiences generally will question the presenter or take issue with points being made, whereas less mature audiences may have a tendency to accept more readily what is being said. If you are older than your audience, plan to go lightly on the war stories or nostalgia. Watch the use of statements such as "back in my day" or "when I started in this business, things were different." These types of statements are generally tuned out by younger audiences. On the other hand, if you are younger than most members of the audience, avoid using popular jargon that may turn off more mature audiences. Be careful when using words or expressions that may stereotype both yourself and your audience. 4. What are the job-related responsibilities of your audience? This is critical information, since knowing the responsibilities of members of your audience influences the points you will want to stress, as well as the illustrations and examples you will use. Many of us have attended presentations in which some excellent points were made, but which would have been much more effective if the examples had more closely related to our job duties. In other words, put yourself in the shoes of those attending your presentation. If you are not familiar with those attending your presentation and cannot collect the necessary information in advance, you should plan to collect this data during the introductions of your participants. 1. Do any members of your audience have special needs? Knowing this will enable you to meet the unique learning needs for everyone in attendance. For example, if some members of your audience have visual impairments, consider using illustrations and font sizes on projected images that are a little larger than those normally employed. Individuals with hearing impairments will be better able to hear you if you use a microphone. If there will be participants with physical disabilities in your audience, then special arrangements will need to be made to make certain that the meeting room, conference area, or classroom is accessible to them and that the seating arrangements are satisfactory. 2. Are there any issues or topics that should be avoided when addressing this audience? When you are planning your presentation, make an effort to find out whether any issues directly or indirectly related to the topic should be avoided. For example, a specialist on techniques for performance testing of power plant equipment might inadvertently mention the difficulties that another facility was having in translating raw test data, only to discover that the facility in question is owned by the same company. Other sensitive areas might include union management relations, required attendance at presentations, and financial and salary issues. 3. Can any members of your audience serve as special resources? It is always a pleasant and comforting feeling to know that there are particular individuals in your audience on whom you might call to support the points or examples you are making. Such individuals may be valuable in establishing better ownership and acceptance of your points by the audience. For example, you know that a well-respected manufacturing engineering consultant with experience in quality standard is going to attend your presentation on European quality standards. You might call upon this person for needed clarification of new quality assurance requirements as they relate to product exports. If at all possible, talk with such special resource people in advance of your presentation. 4. Number of participants. The number of participants in your audience will have a dramatic impact on your presentation. This impact will affect you as well as the participants. For many presenters, the number of participants in the audience is directly linked to their level of concern and apprehension. Many presenters are not as effective with larger, more formal groups. A presentation that works well in a smaller, less formal group of 10 or 12 may not work as well with a group of 100. Also, some types of supportive media used for a large group are likely to differ from a small groups, as is the amount of time allocated for questions and discussion. The number of participants in the audience also has an impact on the audience itself. Most individuals act differently in an audience of 100 than they do in an audience of 12. Generally, as the number of people in the audience increases, the amount of questioning and interaction decreases. Some individuals who might think nothing of speaking out in a small group may be extremely quiet in a larger audience. Knowing the number of participants is essential in delivering an effective technical presentation. 5. Why are individuals attending your presentation? Getting the answer to this question is not always easy, but it is important information to consider when planning an effective technical presentation. Are the participants there because they want to be there? Have they been singled out as needing additional information? Is someone a last-minute replacement? Are participants being required to attend? Did they have any input in selecting you or the topic? Knowing the answers to these questions is important because the reasons for attending have a great deal to do with the level of motivation and the nature of the audience's perceptions. As the presenter, you will need to gain audience support and reduce any anxiety that audience members may have developed in response to having been required or coerced to attend. From the title of your presentation, the audience will usually have some idea about the topic. Regardless of the nature of your presentation, your audience will have formed various perceptions in advance. These might be doubt, skepticism, concern, uncertainty, need, interest, or understanding, among others. Whether these perceptions are correct or incorrect, your task is to get your message across to your audience. Presenters who create positive perceptions develop opportunities and possible outcomes. As a result, you must have some feel for the perceptions of your audience. Never under any circumstances underestimate your audience. They will read your intentions in the first 60 seconds of your presentation. They will know whether you are genuinely interested in them and the message you are about to deliver. It is your job to project positive perceptions in advance through an accurate description or background announcement of your presentation. Imagine the feelings of an audience expecting to hear more about the company's new product lines, only to be informed of impending cutbacks due to the changes. To help you get a better understanding of why individuals are attending your presentation, ask friends, colleagues, associates, and the person arranging for your presentation for their input. Any insights so gained can be instrumental in assisting you to get to know your audience, but equally as valuable, they will help you determine the expectations that your audience might have. If it is not possible to determine in advance why participants are attending your presentation, then you have no other choice but to do a quick audience assessment at the beginning of your presentation. You can include an informal audience assessment as part of the introductory activities by asking questions such as, "Why are you attending this presentation?" or "What it is that you hope to get out of this presentation?" The responses to those questions can be listed on a flip chart and posted about the room for future reference. Also, both assessment questions can serve to generate interaction between you and your audience. Of course, the effective presenter will quickly point out those parts of the presentation that match individual interest, as well as make on-the-spot adjustments to the presentation content in order to better accommodate the needs of your audience. You have the responsibility of finding out why individuals are attending your presentation. Do an analysis of your audience so that you can design your presentation with them in mind.
Your explanation is very comprehensive, ma'am. Thank you very much. It is clear for me.
It is my pleasure. I'm glad you can understand the materials completely. It is the end of our discussion class. I hope you review the materials at home. See you next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.